Hello and thanks again for joining me for another Starfield video where today we are going to be building this ship here. So we'll have a quick look here. Alright, this is a 2-level ship, meaning it has 2 floors, it has an upper and a lower, it has 0 ladders, it does not use any glitches or mods to achieve that. It is a B-class ship. This is on a low-level character or level 20. Feel free to, if you are higher level, feel free to make this more powerful. But I try and do videos for the early game, people that are not quite as advanced, people that have not done New Game Plus 10 times and don't have access to everything. That's what I try and cater for, is those early game players. But there's no reason you can't upgrade this to something much more beastier if you have the levels and things unlocked to do so. So, alright. This does have a crew capacity of 6. That is very, very easily upgradable to 9. I will show that later on. Now the cargo is rather low, and in fact it's lower than that. It's 300. The 450 comes from my payload skill. However, we do have over 1,000 mass of storage on the interior in storage boxes, and I will show you how we can utilize those effectively a bit later on. Of course, you're not going to be hauling a lot of cargo in this, but you can definitely store a lot of loot. So, anyway, what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to reload my early save before I started building this, and we're going to build this up from scratch again, right from the start, and I will show you step by step how we go through it. So we'll put timestamps down below, but let's load up that save and get into it. Okay, so no time for sandwiches. Got a fair bit to get through. So for this build, I'm using the Razorleaf, and there's definitely no real reason that you need to use the Razorleaf. Perhaps for the engines, if you don't have shipbuilding rank 3, the engines that come on it, but really, I had quite a few comments on some of my other builds about using the Razorleaf, and so I started mucking around with it, and I kind of got a bit carried away, and there's only about 3 or 4 pieces of the original Razorleaf left. But just quickly, if you want to get hold of the Razorleaf, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you're going to need to find a slate, and you'll get this usually off of the bodies of spaces. So just kill a bunch of spaces, you'll eventually get this slate, you read it, and just follow the mission markers, and eventually you will get hold of the ship. Now I have claimed it. You can see I have not finished it, but I have claimed it. It is in my ship list here. Okay, so I'm not going to go to it. I'm going to bring it to me. Now, there is a reason why I prefer to hold off till a bit higher level before using this ship, and that is the same reason as the Wonderwell. So make sure you watch my video on that one, because the same trick applies to the Razorleaf. Anyway, now let's get to the build. So, we are going to need to go to a few places. If you are doing shipbuilding at your own outpost, there are things that are not going to be available there for this build. The first place that we want to go is we're going to want to go to Hopetown, which is over here in Valo. Polvo to Hopetown. So we're going to cruise over there, and up on screen I will put here the parts list that we're going to be getting from Hopetown. So I'll just have that up on the screen just while we're traveling and loading in there. And okay, so here we are. What the? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I didn't do it. Wasn't me. Was not me. Okay. Let's speak to this guy.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Let's view and modify my ships. Okay. Let's switch into the Razorleaf. Make that my home ship. Let's go into the ship builder. The first thing that we're going to want to do is grab this cockpit and pull that aside. As for weapons, look, weapons are up to you. Everyone has their favourite weapons. I'm going to delete that missile myself. But if you want to keep it, then by all means keep it. I'm going to pull this hab out from there. And we're going to plonk that on there. Now we're going to hit G. And we're going to go to habs. Did I go past it? There we go. We're going to grab one of these companion bays. Companion way, rather. And we're going to pop that on the side there. On the front of this, back into habs again. Down the bottom, we're going to find this Hopetech hab spine. We're going to pop one of them there. I'm just going to hover my mouse over that, hold control and hit G. That will produce another one. And we're going to pop that in under there. Okay. Now we can double click this and we can match that back up there. Over here on the front of this one, we're going to hit G and we're going to go across to the dockers and we're going to pop on this Hope 11 docker here. And now we have a couple of errors and they are mainly because two dockers, we don't need that. And also this space under here is now a gap. So we need to bring our landing bay forward one. That'll connect that up to here, which connects it up to here, which makes it all accessible. We still have an error because we now have a few engines that are no longer connected. So if we double click on our cockpit, okay, that's going to select everything that's attached to it. We can move that aside and now we can see what parts are not attached, which are these engines, which we don't want. So I'm just going to delete them. Okay. Over here, on top of here, or on top of here, doesn't matter. We are going to go back to the habs again. And we're going to put one of these cross braces here. And don't worry about it, this may look a bit weird. We need to transport all this stuff to our next destination. We're just going to put them wherever to fit stuff for the time being. So we want two of these cross braces. And then we are going to go into gear. Over here. I'm going to grab one of these Hope 5 landing gears. I'm going to pop that under there for now. Okay. So now I'm going to come down here. Give myself a bit of space to play with. We hit G. We're going to go across to the structural. And we are going to find ourselves this radiator. On the end of that, we are going to put these pipes. Now, I prefer the B version. It's a bit sort of fancier pipe work going on the inside. That's up to you. Now we're going to put these pipes, and it does say 4, but once we put it on, it says aft. If you are dragging it, you can hit Z or Z. You see down here, I am on PC. So if you're not, it'll tell you what button to press down here to flip them. Okay. Now that we've got these 3 pieces joined up, I'm going to double click there. And I'm going to just hover my mouse over that. Hold control and hit G, and that is going to make another set of that. And we're going to hit R to raise that up, and we're going to plonk that on there. I'm going to double click this one and do the same. Put that next to it. Up here. Alright. Now at this point, I'm going to quickly exit out because that should have got me enough. Yeah. So I can up my starship design. So we'll just quickly put some points into there. You can see I'm level 20 on this character. Going to pop a point into rank 3. Now you're not really going to need rank 3 unless you're not using the Razorleaf just for the engines that are already on the Razorleaf. I don't think we need rank 3 for much else. I also need to put a point into here. It's no point, no use building a B-class ship if I can't pilot it. Alright, so let's get back to the building. Back into view and modify. Okay. Now, if we go into upgrade, alright, with our reactors and our grav drives, it's only going to show you the upgrades for the specific brand that you already have. It's not going to show you the full list. So instead of upgrade, we are going to go ship builder. Give ourselves a bit of space down here so we can see what we're doing. Let's go to the grav drives here. We are going to grab this Aurora 11G. And we're going to grab this grav drive. Pull that out. I'm going to delete that. And we're going to pop that in its place. We are going to hit G again and go across to the reactors. And I'm going to grab this Z machine or Z machine 2000 reactor. That has been the best B-class reactor that I could find at my level. I'm going to take this one and we're just going to delete that. I'm going to move this shield across to there. Okay, I'm going to turn around a bit. On here, I'm going to hit G. I'm going to go across to the structural again. And we're going to put this Hopetech nose B. And I'm just going to hover over that and Control G to get another one. And I'm going to do that 2 more times so that we end up with 4. I'm going to put one there. Put another one there. And let me see. That pretty much does it for Hopetech. So we're going to exit out of there. Exit out of there. Okay, so now we are going to want to go to New Homestead. And there are pieces here that you also will not be able to get from your homemade outpost. So in the Sol system, across here to Titan, to New Homestead, that is where we're going. Here is the parts list for the Nova Galactic parts that we'll be getting at New Homestead. So now that we're here, and it's only just given me the quest for getting the Mantis, or finishing the Mantis. Anyway, we'll speak to this guy. View and modify my ships. Alright. So the first thing that we're going to do here in the ship builder is going to grab this cross brace, pop that over there. I'm going to grab this one and pop that next to it. That means these sections here are now not attached and I can double click them and move them out of the way. Okay, going to get rid of that cockpit. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to grab this and bring it down here along with this hab spine. And we're just going to give ourselves plenty of room to work with here. On the end of this, we're going to hit G and we're going to go into the habs. And we want on here a Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters. And there is specific reasons why I've chosen these specific habs. Now we're going to take this Deimos hab and we're going to hover over that and press space, and we are going to go across with our arrows until we get to the workshop. That is going to be a workshop. Okay, now I'm just going to Control G over the Nova one. We'll put another Nova one there. Hit space over that, and this one here is going to be the Nova Galactic Science Lab. Pop that down there. Alrighty. Now we can grab one of these cross braces and we'll put it here. Now we're going to go under here and we're going to grab that landing bay. Let me grab hold of it. This one. Pull that out. Drag that over here. I'm going to hit Z or Z to flip it so that it's facing the front. All right, now we're going to Control G on that captain's quarters. Pop that there. We're going to have a total of 3 of these captain's quarters on this ship. We are going to grab this Deimos hab out from under here. I'm going to pop that there. That is an armory. We are going to have an armory, but not here. This one we're going to turn into the 2x1 Deimos living quarters. And now we're going to Control G over this again. Pop that there. Hit space, and we're going to make this one the Nova Galactic Science Lab. Oh, wait. No, we've got our science lab already. This one, we are going to, let me see, the control station. That's what we want. Okay, so that's for bringing our crew count up. Now I'm going to double click all of this and drag it down a bit. Give me some space. We're going to grab this other cross brace here. Pop that on there. Let's double click this again and bring it down a bit further. I'm going to grab that companionway. I'm going to pop that there. Double click here. Put that together. Okay, we're going to grab this landing gear off here. I'm going to put that up the front. I'm going to get rid of that laser. We'll add weapons and stuff to it later on. Same as the one on that one. Just going to get them out of the way for now. This one we're going to put here. We're going to grab this hab spine here and we're going to put it up on top of that companionway like so. We're going to hit Control G on that captain's quarters and we're going to hit R to make sure we bring it up, attach it to that hab spine up there like so. Alright. This engine here, we're going to pop down there. Same with this one. We don't need that bracer. I'm going to delete that. Same with that one. Alright, we're going to grab our reactor. And we're going to pop that here. We are going to grab our grav drive and put that there. I'm going to grab this cowling and pop that there. I'm going to grab this landing gear. And we're going to nestle that in underneath there. Like so. Alrighty. Now we're going to grab this nose cap off of here. And we are going to hit Z or Z. And F. I'm going to put that on the end of this hab here. I'm going to grab that one. Do the same over this side. I'm going to grab this nose piece here. And we're going to pop that on the end there. Now, okay, so we've got 3 of the same captain's quarters on this ship. And I do have a reason for that. But this one up here is going to be considered like your own personal quarters. And this one will be different to these two because these two have doors running through this end and there is a couch in the end of this. So those doorways nuke that couch. I have a nose cap on here. You can put a porthole on there. That's fine, but that will also get rid of your couch. So it's up to you whether you prefer the couch or the porthole. We're going to grab this final nose piece. Hit Z on that one and put that there. Alright. Now we're going to grab these pieces that we made earlier. We're going to pop one there. Going to grab that one. Drag that down. Pop that there. We don't need this. That is a shielded cargo bay. If you want to keep it, then maybe you can put it there. Okay. I'm going to get rid of it. That's up to you. This landing gear here, we're going to put there. For now. We're going to get rid of that later on, but we still need it for now to get around. Okay. This fuel tank we're going to get rid of. And for now, just on the side here, we're going to pop a couple of these, the 550 helium tanks. 2 of them. That should be plenty enough fuel to get you anywhere. Alright, these weapons, it's up to you whether you want to keep them. I don't want them. I'm just going to get rid of those. And the plates, we don't need those. This shield, for now, we'll pop there. Swap that out for something else later. Over here, going to hit G. And we're going to go to structural. And we're going to pop in this Nova engine struts. And we're going to control G and put another one here. On here, we are going to put this radiator, which is under structural. And we're going to pop another one of them over here. Down here, we are going to grab this wing. Pop that in there. And we'll pop another one on the other side. Like so. Over here, we are going to go to engines. And we are going to go down and grab this Nova 1000 engine. I'm going to pop that there. And I'm just going to control G over that again and hit Z. I'm going to pop that there. Okay. I think that is almost everything that we want from here. Aside from a cockpit. So over here, we are going to go into cockpits. And we're going to put this Cabot 3CX bridge. And that has put it up too high. So we're just going to grab that and we're going to hit F to lower it down. Pop it in there. And that pretty much does it for the new Homestead shopping list. So we're going to exit out of there. Exit out of there. Exit all the way. Now, our next one's going to be a quick stop. We need some Taiyo parts. There's a few different places that are going to sell you Taiyo parts. I'm just going to head straight for Neon because I definitely know they have them. There is a showroom in the core. But we're just going to go to the landing pad. And up on screen here is the parts that we're getting. So I've already got the front parts of these landing gear, but we're going to be grabbing a couple of extra matching middle and aft sections that match that landing gear. And they are found in anywhere that sells Taiyo parts.
See that shroud covering neon? Believe it or not,
So we'll come across here in neon, speak to this guy. Which I can't speak to until he's finished sitting down properly.
Anything I can help you with?
Alright, so
About it.
into the shipbuilder again. Let's just give you a top-down view here. Alright, so just going to hover over that, and I'm going to hold Control, hit G, and now I can go through my arrows, turn that into a midsection, pop that there, Control G over that, hit Z or Z, pop that there. Now we're going to do it again, and we're going to hit the arrow keys again to get the aft version. Pop that there, Control G, Z, pop that there. And that is all that we want from here. So that's a pretty quick stop. Exit out of there. Exit out of there.
hey,
And our next and final destination for the rest of this build is going to be back in the Sol system. And this time we're going to the Deimos Staryard here. So we'll cruise on over to there. And here is the list part here, which does include my weapons loadout. I mean, everyone has their favorite weapons, so you know, this is just what I'm using. You can use whatever weapons you like. So we're just going to cruise over and dock. So pull in here. And you can see we dock frontwards, so from our pilot seat we've got a nice view of the station there. We're going to board, and most of what we're getting here, we're getting a couple of habs, and then the rest of it, a lot of it's going to be decorational. Come through here and down the stairs.
build some of the toughest ships in the settled system.
Talk to this chap.
Probably why the UC Navy continues to
He's got
contract with them.
quite a bit to say, so I'm just going to skip through all his dialogue.
Anyone that flies in space, heck, then so
Okay,
right away.
back into the shipbuilder now. Alright. Now, actually, we don't need this landing gear anymore, now that we've got the extra landing gear up front there. So we'll get rid of that. And we're going to grab our fuel tanks. Pop that one in there. We grab this one and hit Z on it, or Z to flip it. Pop that one in there. Okay. Now I'm just going to go Control G over this Deimos hab. And we're going to hit R to bring it up. Pop it there. Do that again. Pop this one here. Now this one. Okay. So this is going to be up to you. I'm going to have that as a living quarters. For passengers, I do a lot of passenger runs. I only have 2 crew members. I don't need 9 crew members on here. But if you want to upgrade this to 9 crew members, then you're going to want to change this to a control station. And actually, in that case, I would probably suggest a Nova Galactic one instead of the Deimos one. If you're wanting the 150 storage capacity that it comes with. But anyway, that one's going to be a living quarters. This one here, this one we are going to make the armory. All right. Let's see here. We're going to grab this radiator now. And we're going to put it on top of the habs that we just installed. Same with this one. And there, like so. Okay, over here we're going to go into structural. And we're going to put in the Deimos radiator. Here we are going to put in this Deimos spine A. And while I'm hovered over that, I'm going to hit Control G. And then I'm going to hit Z to flip it. And I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to do that again over here. Alright. This wing here, I'm going to bring up here. Same with this one. And on here, behind the wing, we are going to put this bumper, but I'm going to hit the arrow. And we're going to get the aft version of it. Pop that there, like so. I'm going to Control G on that and hit Z or Z to flip it. And pop that one there, like so. Alrighty. Now onto our side wings. So we are going to grab under structural this wing A. Going to pop that down one onto there. On here, we are going to grab the wing C. On here, the wing B, that one. And then on here, we're going to put the aft version of the wing A. Whoops. E to put that on. Alright. So, I'm going to hover over that. Control G. Bring it up here. Press Z or Z to flip it round. Pop that on there. Do the same with the rest of these pieces. Flip it around. Duplicate that one. Flip it around. And this one here. Flip this around. Okay, so that is our wing pieces. We're going to get rid of this shield here. Over here, we are going to go into shields. And I think this 22T is about the best B class shield that I could find at my level. So I'm going to pop that there. Let me see now. So now I believe it's just our weapons that we need. Alright, now this ship has plenty of space for weapons. We've got weapon mounting points here. We've got weapon mounting points underneath these as well. We've got weapon mounting points over here. We've got weapon mounts on the wings here and up here. So there is plenty of space. Plenty of space for weapons. So I'm going to start off with the PB30. I do prefer the manual one. And I'm going to go Control G. So I like to have, we're not going to be able to power up all the weapons on this with the current reactor. But I like to have a set of destroying weapons and then a set of not so strong weapons for when I'm just trying to capture a ship. But these are particles, so they'll do equal hull and shield damage. So I'm going to put 4 of them. Actually, this one here, I'm going to put up on that wing. Same with this one. Up on that wing there. Okay. Now for our heavier tier version, we're going to go with the we'll go with the PB100. I think this one will put the auto. Control G on that. Pop that one there. I'm going to put 4 of these as well. And I'm going to pop those on the end of that wing there. Same with that one. Alright. Over here, I'm going to put in a couple of these turrets, which are automatic. I'm going to hit Z or Z so that they're facing to the aft. And we're going to pop another one there. So they're going to be automatic and they will fire at anyone that's chasing behind us. Okay. So currently, this is my loadout. I'm not saying it's the best weapons loadout. It's just what works for me. Now, if we change this living quarters here, we change this over to control station. That brings us up to an 8 crew capacity. If we add one more weapon, okay, that brings us up to 9. I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm personally going to leave that as the living quarters. And now we need to assign our weapons in the flight check here. So I'm going to put the heavy hitters on my first mouse button. Put my little PB30s on the second one. And we're going to put the turrets on the third one. Exit out of that. Okay. So all that's really left now, we'll give it a paint job. And then we'll go for a tour and a bit of a demonstration. So we're just going to double click the cockpit and hit J. I think I had my colors originally black. I guess since this was a Razorleaf, maybe we'll try and keep similar Razorleaf colors, perhaps. Which I think was a grey, silvery grey, and a goldy, dark gold color. But let's have a look here. Something like that, I guess. I think I had red when I built it previously. Doesn't really matter. It's colors. Do whatever color you want. Anyway, we'll accept that. Now, if you want to rename it, you go into flight check and you've got your option to rename ship in here. So anyway, we're going to exit out of there. Exit out of there. Exit out of there. And let's go and have a tour inside. So we're going to come up through here. And we can see it sort of through there. But come through here. So if we're boarding from a station or another ship, we're going to come through this little companionway that's going to bring us in here. We've got this kind of little empty kind of, I guess, a loading or entrance area. And if we have just had a battle on a station or boarded a ship, we can come through here, we can grab a quick snooze and heal up. Now we do have a galley here. But around here we have a storage crate with 150 of storage. Now I will just let me go into the cargo hold, and I'm just going to take everything out of there. I don't have a lot of stuff on me, but I'm just going to do an example here. Nope. Okay. So I'm just going to dump a bunch of stuff in here. Yep. shove stuff in there. Alright. Shove this in there. Resources. Alright, so that is full capacity pretty much. 148 of 150, that's fine. Alright, so now we can, now another thing that we can do is you can just dump stuff on the ground. So let's just dump that there. And I'll show you how you can round up all this rather easily later on. So we've got stuff in there, we've got stuff in there. That is not in our cargo. The cargo is empty. So anyway, we'll continue on through here. So in here we have our workshop. And I did find it hard finding a workshop that had storage. This one does have a little crate here with a 10 capacity. And another little one with another 10 there. But I'm not really counting that. Through here. So there's obviously all of your crafting stations aside from your pharmaceutical lab, which is in here. And once again, not much in the way of storage. There's a little box there that holds 10. But there's all the crafting that you need with these two habs. Now if we come through here to the other side, here is our control station. We have another box here which we can shove stuff in. So don't really have much stuff to shove in there, but all right. Anyway, moving up here, we have a living quarters. We have a nice comfy looking couch there. We've got galley. And we do have another box here with another 150 storage. We've also got an ammo case and a crate there that you can also put 10 mass in each of those. Not going to count the med pack that only holds 2. Coming through here, we have another 150 storage that we can shove in there. And this is the entrance where you would come in or exit when you land on a planet. So if you've been having a bit of a fight planet side, you can come straight in, have a quick snooze to heal up. Got another galley here. Dump some loot into a box and be on your way. So now we're going to come through here and go to the cockpit. Up the stairs here. There's our cargo hold and our captain's locker. Here is our pilot seat. And there's the view of the station. We come back here through this little hallway. This brings us into our own private quarters, where we've got our own bed here. So the 2 beds down below, I guess a share situation. If we got 6 or 9 crew, well, I guess they're all taking shifts. And some of them can sleep on the couch. But we've got another 150 storage here. And we've got this couch here. Now, if you put a porthole there, it's going to nuke that couch. You'll notice that that couch is not in the other 2. The other 2 of these habs down below. But anyway, if we come through here, this is where we have our other living quarters here. With another 150 storage there. Another galley over here. And then finally through this side, we have our armory. Now use armories at your own risk, because there is a known bug, and I have heard somebody said that they apparently fixed it but there is a bug where when you put stuff in these weapon cases and these backpack stands and stuff, helmet display, that those items can disappear. But there is quite a few of them in here, but we also have a normal 150 mass storage crate, which is quite safe to put things in. Okay, so let us go back to the station, and I'm just going to I'm in my undies because we dumped all my clothing into the storage box. So now I'm going to show you. So we're on the station. If we look, our cargo hold is empty. We can't access that stuff in the boxes. But if you want to, then we can come through and speak to the ship technician.
I wish Deimos was
Deimos is here to
View and modify my ships. Okay, go to the ship builder. We're just going to hit J over one of the pieces, and we're just going to change that ever so slightly. Hit accept, hit exit, and now everything is going to get rounded up and shoved into the cargo hold. So exit out of there, exit out of there, and now let's have a look. Okay, now all of our stuff's here, including what I shoved on the ground. Now, it's quite fine to shove equipment, spacesuits, weapons, all that sort of stuff just on the floor in your spaceship. However, with resources, if you have like stacking resources, if you dump them on the floor, when they get rounded up and put in your cargo hold, you will lose some of it. You're not going to get the full stack. Say you had a big stack of 100, you're going to lose some. So, you know, you can shove equipment on the ground, shove all of your resources, shove them in the storage crates. Best way to utilize this stuff. But anyway, this has been quite a lengthy video, so that's going to do it for this episode. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.